UC Berkeley, my alma mater, and it's getting back to the fall season, so folks are going back to school. We're going to go ahead and do a tour today and show you around of my favorite spots, and also you can get a better vibe of what the campus really looks like here, because we'll be also interviewing students as well. And for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Tiffany. I'm a college and career coach, and I help students and professionals figure out what their career path could look like, as well as apply to college. So go ahead and subscribe, because you get all things college and career here. All right, let's go ahead in.
choosing between colleges, so I was between USC, UCLA, and Berkeley. I came here and I visited, and I just really loved the surrounding community. It's obviously Berkeley has a huge college town, and everybody here is always doing something. So there's restaurants and things to do on the weekends, and obviously our campus is super beautiful. And another thing is that I was just meeting people online, and the people from Berkeley were the most fun and the most outgoing, and they got me to come here, and I obviously am having a great time now. So
I didn't really think I was going to get in, but I wanted to apply because I wanted to try anyways, because I was like, it couldn't hurt to try. And so I tried and I applied and I got in. And so on Cal Day, I came to visit UC Berkeley, and just getting to see everyone and the whole campus and the school spirit, it felt so nice. And honestly, I think that itself really convinced me to go here. And on top of that too, I think it's just a gut feeling. And then if I would have to add one more thing, I really enjoy the Bay and the city, so Berkeley was an added bonus.
Honestly, I didn't know where I wanted to go to school, and I just applied a bunch of places, and when I visited the Berkeley campus, I fell in love with all the trees and the nature, and Berkeley's a good school, so I felt like I couldn't say no.
Because there's a lot of schools to choose from, and I felt that UC Berkeley gave me the most chance to move forward in my life, or become someone who is a community leader, able to help others, and it was the best decision for myself, basically.
I came here not only for the Bay Area, but because I really wanted to intend something in media studies, communications based, so I figured this would be a really great place to do it.
I like how social it is, I guess, such a big community that's all hoping for the same goal, to graduate, to network, to become more than themselves.
Obviously Berkeley academically is pretty challenging, but also I think it really depends on how hard you want it to be. So it depends on how many units you take, what major you choose. It doesn't have to be a super difficult experience. It can be just as easy or as difficult as you want to make.
Homesickness, I guess everybody says that a lot, but I think what sucks most about homesickness is that sometimes it kind of just hits you out of nowhere. And I think homesickness also it hits you harder too, when you go home and then you come back, then it's it feels weird, kind of that shift transitioning from you and your life as a high schooler to you and your life now as a college student.
Being a public school, there's definitely not a lot of support compared to a lot of the private schools I know of, so you definitely have to be willing to do a lot of stuff on your own and really go out of your way to make time with your counselors.
It takes a lot of responsibility. Go to class every day, do your work. Professors they're not, they care about you, but they can't be babysitting you every step of the way. But what I really like about UC Berkeley is the professors tend to, if you talk to them, they're really understanding. One of my professors, a bunch of people got sick the other day in class, and he was like, okay, I'll move the exam a week later because I know a lot of you guys are sick.
Getting classes was a little tougher than I expected it to be. I didn't realize because of the amount of undergrad students that I'd have to have a lot of backups prepared in case I didn't get the classes I needed at first.
As a transfer student, it's extra lonely because I guess freshman students, they get to live with each other in the dorms, get to be with each other for 4 years. But I haven't gotten that, so it's been kind of hard to make friends, make connections as an older student just coming into such a big world that is Berkeley.
I feel it's competitive to a certain degree, but a good competitiveness. Everyone is trying to, everyone's looking at each other and be like, I'm trying to be him, I'm trying to be him. But there's also a sense of camaraderie because everyone's going through the same struggle. Everyone's trying to, make the same clubs, make the same opportunities as everyone else, but they help each other out. I got lucky. My roommates have been helping me a lot too. They tell me oh, there's this internship you can apply to. I'm applying too, but the more people, more competitive it is, the better you feel when you come out on top.
I think in a way it is competitive, and I think that could be really, really hard. But to be fair, I think the way that I balance myself out is because I kind of try to surround myself with good people who encourage me. I'm very fortunate to be really close to my roommates, and every time one of us has midterms, we're always each other's hype men. So I think that really, really helps. And then on top of that too, I think I think it's important to realize that everybody, like freshman wise, is like in the same boat as you. So like I can go to my classmates and I can ask them to help me to understand, and like they'll be friendly and they'll help me.
I think trying to make friends in your classes and kind of have people that you aren't competitive with helps a lot, because if you're only talking to the people you're competitive with, it'll make it seem competitive. But if you have allies, I think it helps a lot.
So far, I would say it hasn't really impeded on my personal life much. I think I've found a decent balance between my schoolwork and any extracurriculars or like social stuff I've been doing. But I can see how, especially with classes that we call like weeder classes, where they're like the gen ed classes that where they tend to make the class more difficult to see who's going to drop it or who's going to actually stick with it. I could see how those could impede on someone's personal life because they're trying to make sure they stay up there.
Definitely, if you have the opportunity, come and visit campus, because it really just changed my entire perspective on Berkeley. This is one of the most green college campuses in like all of the United States, and there are so many just like spaces to study. There are libraries everywhere. There are like, we have beautiful green grass patches where you can sit and read a book and like chill with your friends. So yeah, just like being on campus and feeling the vibe, like when I got here, I knew it was for me, and I feel like if you have the opportunity to come and visit, absolutely do it.
I think it's important to kind of be open-minded. Like once you just come here, everybody's like really friendly, everybody's really nice. You just have to take the time to get to know people.
Definitely go to office hours. Everyone says that, but a lot of people right now are struggling for letters of rec, and no one's going to write you a letter of rec if they don't know you.
A lot of people are scared about tuition and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, the benefit of coming here outweighs the cost a million times over.
Do your best to be outgoing and make connections with people, because you never know who you're going to meet and who they're going to become in the future, and it's always going to be good to make new friends.
Don't doubt it till you try it. Like just like push yourself out there, even if you don't think that you're gonna like get in. Just like try your best, work hard.
I think one of the questions was like, what inspires you academically? And so I talked about, I had really bad acne in high school, so I talked about my journey with Accutane and how that kind of geared me towards being interested in drug development and a career in sciences. And so I sort of talked about how I had really bad like self-esteem because of my acne, of course. And then I took like a community college lab over one summer, and I ended up doing like a research project on Accutane and like targeted drug action. And so I wrote one essay about that. I wrote another one about, I was like a vice president of the National Honor Society at my high school, which like reputably doesn't do very much on campus, but then I was vice president when COVID happened, so I wrote about like starting an online tutoring that was able to like help students who were struggling during the pandemic with keeping up with their classes and such. And then, oh, I also did like competitive jump rope for 10 years, so I wrote an essay about competitive jump roping.
It's been such a nostalgic tour, and I've had so much fun. I actually met up with a few students that I worked with in the past few years as well, so it's been nice seeing them as well. I hope you enjoyed this tour. Please do go ahead and subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are of the UC Berkeley, and if you think you would be interested in coming here, or if you're an alumni or ever wanted to come here, what your thoughts were. Well, I'm actually here for an alumni networking event at the Alumni House, so I'm about to head in right now, but I will go ahead and see you next time.